Hello guys, Jeff Butler. Welcome back to the channel. And today is the somewhat long-awaited sanded down hand tutorial, or the how to stop arm cracking tutorial. As you all know, or most of you know, if you've been around in the Lego minifig collecting scene for a while, the most common place for the minifigs to crack is on the arm, which makes sense because a lot of movement and pressure is on the arms, especially like near the wrist area. So it's not really surprising that cracking there is the most common. Cracking is also very common on the torso, so like the torso sides here, and also on the back of the feet right here. So kind of these three areas. You got under the arm here, side of the torso, and the back of the feet. That is where you are most likely to get cracks. Now there is a way to prevent torso cracking and also leg cracking to an extent, but I won't get to that in this video because, quite frankly, those types of cracking are not that common, or not as common as arm cracking. And this video is going to give you like a complete in-depth guide on how to protect your arms. So before we begin, there is three main methods to prevent arm cracking in Lego minifigs. And by the way, I must say that all of these methods do not 100% prevent arm cracking, but they will mitigate the risk of arm cracking, because it will happen eventually given enough play and stress on the arms, and also the age of the part, which kind of sucks. Hence why a lot of older colors tend to crack easier. But the first method is to not remove the hands. So Lego, when they make the minifigs, they assume that you are not going to take the hands out, and the hands are not really designed to be taken out, although they can be. And if you notice, like, hands are usually harder to take out than other parts of the Lego minifig. But the functionality is there because, you know, Lego just had it that way. But yeah, hands are not really designed to be taken out. And if you just leave the hands in, as like they originally were, you should be fine. Although if you do like move them a lot and pose them a lot over time, that will increase the risk of arm cracking. But don't be scared to play with your minifigs. You know, just do what you want to do with them. So that's the first method, just don't even touch the hands. But the downside of that is that you cannot replace the hands. So like, let's say you want to give this guy like, you know, black hands for gloves. You just can't do that, because you run the risk of putting stress on the arms when you take it out, and also putting more stress when you put new hands in. Taking out and putting hands in, unmodified hands, that puts a lot of stress suddenly on the arms, and they might not be able to take it. Some arms, like this one, held up pretty well, surprisingly, but other arms usually will just like crack pretty fast. You just cannot predict when it will happen. So yeah, that's the first method. Now the second and third method, well, let's go to the third method. The third method is a very simple or simplified version of method 2, and we will get to that at the end of the video. So method 2 is actually sanding down hands. And how do we do this? Well, we will get to that in a second. Before I actually do a tutorial on that, what bodies are prone to cracking? Well, first of all, Old Gray is prone to cracking, and here's one of the minifigs from said event. And by the way, this guy looks super nice. I know this guy isn't an officer, but I kind of have him dressed up as an officer. But yeah, and also this is like the new hat I painted with the hair mod on it. So I think it looks really good. I don't know, I just want to show it off in a video. So there you go. So old gray cracks pretty easily. The second color that cracks pretty easily is reddish brown, especially old reddish brown. I think Lego did come out with like a new formula for reddish brown a while ago, so newer reddish brown should not crack as easily, but old reddish brown definitely will crack quite easily, actually. The third color that you might want to consider prioritizing is white. In my experience, white cracks pretty easily. And also white is especially prone to sun damage. Oh man, excuse me. And also, as I mentioned earlier, older figs, like this guy is from 2017, so he's kind of getting near a decade old now. But yeah, when you have like really old figs, like 6, 7, 8 years old or more, you should really just consider just giving them sanded hands for their protection, because age does increase the chance of the arms cracking. So these are like kind of the 4 colors or cases where you may want to consider having sanded down hands. For me, you know, I'm a crazy guy, so I have sanded down hands for all my minifigs. And today I will be making sanded down hands for all of these guys. And we'll just put the white guy back in here. And also this guy. So yeah, I got some figs here. I'm going to be making arms for today. Alright guys, welcome back. So I'm going to be doing a live tutorial here, so hopefully it doesn't turn out too bad. The quality is kind of cringe, and I apologize for that. But today I'm going to be sanding down a combination of flesh and dark bluish gray hands. So we'll just set those off to the side. So when I say sanding down hands, there is a variety of tools and methods you can do or you can use to achieve this. The most crude method is kind of just taking like a sharp knife or a sharp object and just kind of, you know, cutting at the wrist of the hand. By the way, don't do that. If you're a minor, talk to a parent first before you do that. If you work with any sharp objects, because you can easily hurt yourself. So I don't really recommend that. That's the most dangerous method. Another method is using just basic sandpaper. Although I have tried using sandpaper before I got this tool, and sandpaper is just so hard to like get right, because you will usually sand it down too much and then the hand will be too loose. The method that I'm going to show today will allow you to be very precise and get the hands sanded down just enough where there will still be some grip in the arms, so your hands won't fall out. Because of course you still want pressure in there just to hold the hands, but you want to reduce that pressure as much as possible to reduce the chances of cracking. And also here is a hand. Oh, sorry if the lighting's pretty bad. So there's gonna, oh, excuse me, I bumped the camera. So there's going to be 2 main areas that we are going to focus on. The first area is near the wrist here, and near the wrist you can see this ridge. There's like a very obvious ridge, and this is designed to keep the Lego hand in. But when you take the hand out and when you put the hand in, this ridge causes pressure, and also when you leave it in, it causes some pressure as well. So today I'm just going to be sanding off this ridge And then later we're going to be cutting off a little bit of the stem here, because some pressure is also in the back here. So these are like kind of two main areas, like the ridge near the wrist and the back area. And I'll show how to deal with this later. Whoops, I bumped the camera again, and I'm not going to cut that out because I like doing this live, because we're a live channel. All right, so this is the tool I use. This is a Dremel, and you can see that. It's just like a, you know, it's like sandpaper, but on a tool. Probably seen like a doctor use one of these or something, like a dentist. And where did I get this? My mom just had one, and one day I was looking for solutions in the house to sand down some hands, and she's like, oh, you can have this. So she just gave it to me. Dremels might be a bit expensive, which I totally understand. If you're watching this, I'm assuming that you want to do whatever it takes to protect your minifigs. So this is kind of like and especially if you buy a lot and if you have valuable figs, this is a worthwhile investment, a special tool like this. There's also other tools that I don't know of, but they work very well. You will just have to play with it yourself. I'm very amateur, by the way. I'm just showing off what works for me, and this works for me very, very well, actually. But before we get into it, I like to put on some eye protection, so I just wear my glasses. And I also like to put on a little rag on my face or something, or a mask, like a COVID mask. And you may ask, oh, JF, why are you putting on a mask? Well, that's a good question. Because when you sand down the hands with this tool, there's like a lot of little plastic particles that get up, and I really don't want to consume that, so I kind of give myself some bare minimum protection. But all right, let's just get into this. So got the hand here, hopefully focus is here. I got the hand here, and then we will just go in. Okay, this is kind of really hard to do with a phone right in front of my face, but I'll try to do it. So here, let me, position better like that. So you just kind of go slowly, and while you go slowly, you look at it. And remember, all I'm doing is just removing the ridge. And I'm sorry if it goes out of focus here, because I need to focus on this, alright? You know what I'm saying? I just need to focus on this. But I guess, yeah, you can definitely see the ridge is like going away, for sure. And yeah, it's just very like small, small adjustments like that. You still want to have the hand have some pressure in the arm, so you don't want to sand down like crazy, and then it's just completely loose and it just falls out. That's the worst. So yeah, I would consider this done. If you just kind of look at the horizon or the top of the hand, you can definitely see there's like no ridge there. And yeah, this is totally fine. And then you just take this off and you put on a new hand. So anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and do some more of these, and I might do a time lapse or something. So here we go. Alright, so after you finish sanding down your hands, you just kind of want to take like a paper towel or something and just kind of, I don't know, just rub it a bit, kind of clean it, I guess, to get all of the any remaining plastic particles off of there. And then you can just set it to the side after you finish cleaning it or rubbing it off or something. Alright, so after sanding the wrists down and after rubbing them off, you got all your hands here. So this is the last part to the second method. And by the way, this is also method 3. So what we're basically going to be doing is taking like an X-Acto knife or a sharp tool. Sorry, this is a little bit rusty. But taking like a precise sharp tool, taking the hand here, kind of setting it down like that, kind of getting in position here, and then you just want to cut off a little bit of the end. Now, not too much, but just a little bit. Also, I like to put a finger in front here. By the way, be very careful with this. You can hurt yourself. And as you can see, I just cut off the a little bit of the end there. And then you can kind of put that to the side, and you can put the good hand up there, and then just take another one and just repeat the process. But yeah, this is also method 3. Method 3 is just like just this. You're just skipping the wrist part. Because I mean, reducing pressure like at least in one area will help you. And also, this is just way easier to do and way cheaper to do than getting like a specialized sanding tool. So yeah, this is just method 3. You just cut the back of the hand a little bit to reduce the pressure in the back of the arm. And you don't want to cut it too much. I think this is still okay, but I think like if I got here, then that would be too much. So you don't want to cut it too much because it could lose grip. Whoops, I bumped the camera here. And yeah. Whoops, and that kind of went somewhere. I don't know where it went. Forgot to put my finger to catch it. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just cut all these hands, and I'll see you guys at the end. Alright, welcome back, guys. I got all the minifigs here, and I got some accessories for them. So here is all of the hands, kind of off screen here. But I got all the hands here, and let's just go ahead and put the hands on live and see how they do. So before I put it in, oh come on, can you focus? Alright, there you go. So you can see the hand here, the ridge on the wrist is gone, and also the back is cut a little bit. So this is why we consider a safe hand, I guess. Yep, you can go ahead and put this right in. Sometimes it'll take a second, and then here you go. It has pretty good grip still. Isn't causing any cracking, although cracking doesn't really happen that much on tan. So it's in there pretty darn well. And what I like to do, I like to take the accessory or the weapon, put it on the hand first, and then put the hand into the minifig. And it's in there. And you can see that once again, it has really good grip. It's not coming out. It's very strong. By the way, this guy looks sick. It's a really sick minifig. So that's the first guy. We'll go on to the next one here. So here's dark bluish gray. Dark bluish gray is a little softer than flesh. So, yep, it goes in there. No cracks. Good grip. And we'll put the other hand in here as well. And then we'll put the weapon on the bati. I mean, you can go ahead and put the weapon on the hand when it's in the minifig. And this guy will have two. He will have a grenade. So, grenade and a rifle. But yeah, there's no cracks or anything. People may make fun of me for me being so anal right now. Very attention to detail. I mean, that's what this hobby is. If you're buying like expensive Lego custom minifigs, you kind of have to be, you know, a little careful because it is a lot of money. Like, this is a really expensive hobby, and the last thing you want to be doing is just kind of ruining your opportunity to at least partially recoup on your investment, or even get a profit depending on how well these figs sell secondhand. Yep, the hands are in here, no cracks. We'll just take the rifle and put it in there. Whoops. Here we go. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So we'll do that. And by the way, obviously, like, this can go for any minifig. If you know someone who like collects Lego Star Wars, please, and they have like a lot of valuable minifigs, please let them know about this video, because you can use this for regular Lego minifigs that are very, very valuable. And this is just kind of help you in the hobby. But yeah, this is what works for me. If you can't find a Dremel, maybe you just go with method 3, where you're just cutting off the back. Whoops, because that still works. It works a lot, actually, because at least you're getting, you're at least mitigating one pressure point. And we'll put the hand in here. Put the hand in here. It's pretty good. This one is a little loose, but not coming out. And most of this is skill, by the way. Like, your first attempt may be pretty bad. It may be too tight, or it just might fall out straight away. You just got to keep trying over and over, and you will eventually build up enough skill where you can get pretty good consistency with your standing. So there's this guy, and then we'll take this boy right here, put him in there, get his gun. And this guy is also really sick, by the way. Really sick minifig. Yep, no cracks on the arms. I just like to check, because there is a way to repair arm cracks, but I won't do that in this video. That would have to be a different video. To be honest, I'm not sure if I will ever make that video, because it's kind of difficult. This one, it's pretty easy to make. But yeah, and we'll also give this guy we'll give this guy a little gun here. Yeah, this guy looks freaking awesome. And that's it. All these guys, technically not 100% crack proof on the arms, but they are much, much safer. And you can go ahead and play with them more. You can do more posing, because the risk of cracking is much less. And that's kind of what I like to do. I like to display a lot and rotate my display around and such. And also with these sanded hands, it's much easier and safer to take out the hands. So just like that, won't cause any pressure taking it in or putting it in. Wait, what did I say? Taking it out or putting it in, excuse me. Yeah, works really, really well. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It might be pretty long. Hopefully I can edit down the video to make it shorter. But anyways, guys, I hope you just enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.